side by side. You know, there's one thing that appears in both. A young girl. Her name is Mitsuko. Here in 1945, she's 30 years old. She's in her second year at Hiroshima Distance. She's under a mile from ground zero. Today she's under 80. She still lives in Hiroshima. Mitsuko remembers everything about Monday, the 6th of August, 1945. In the photo, she's wearing a scarf presented by her cousin who works at the chemical station. It's not hard.
Teacher, I think so.
what happened that morning in Hiroshima under the clouds. Witnesses tell us the wounded arriving at the Miyuki Bridge are partially thirst. Some of them throw themselves in the river trying to cool off and soothe their wounds, but exhausted, they drown. The Ota fills up with bodies. While up on the bridge, it's deathly silent. Everyone just waits. But for what? That man in a cab in front of Mitsuko, what's he doing? Why is this man touching his feet? And this container, what's in it? And there, a man lifts his head, looking for something. He appears to have a shaved head. What is he waiting for? That is Mr. Tsuboi. He's the other person in the photo who's still alive. His testimony is precious because he knows exactly what everyone's doing there on the Miyuki Bridge. Mr. Tsuboi's face still bears the scars of the 6th of August 1945. The radiation burns his face. His back is bleeding. In the face full of horror, he gives up on getting to the hospital and heads to the bridge. Everyone on the bridge had come there to tend to their burns. They brought rapeseed oil there. It's a cooking oil, I think. You couldn't put it on everyone. So people were absorbing themselves as best they could with their arms in the bucket. So that canister on the ground is full of oil, an emergency first aid remedy for burns. The man in the foreground with a cap and in uniform, Mr. Tsuboi tells us, is a member of the civil defense who've been instructed to treat burns cases in this way. Further back, in a uniform of a lighter shade, another man from the temporary first aid post is doing his best at this thankless task. But there are just too many people, too many burns, and the precious rapeseed oil soon runs out. It's replaced with thick, dark sump oil, hastily appropriated from the nearby train depot. They started using that because at least it was oil. They covered themselves in it, and their faces were getting all black. They really look like monsters. But it's not enough. Here in this makeshift hospital, some are simply running out of strength and starting to give up on life. Over to one side, a young girl is doubled over, her arms covered in dreadful burns, exhausted by the pain. And we can make out the legs of others who just lie there at death's door with no strength left to fight. There was nothing more to be done. Those who were going to die died. The others kept on living. There on the Miyuki. We were hardly capable ourselves of moving. So, how could we do anything for those people there, on the ground? But what if those who were dying said, and then died? Many people died at the Union Bridge. Many people came to the Unity Bridge in search of aid and of comfort. And many just went there to die. This summer of 1945, the children had been sent away from the city for fear of bombardment. The youngest ones were the first to go. It meant that the wounded in photos of granted. Japan is at war, and the men are all up at the front. Behind the lines, life goes on. From the age of 12 or 13, teenagers are drafted to all sorts of things. The girls are headed to the war at a time when the or as tram conductors. This all this though, Hiroshima's young are needed for a much more important and dangerous task. To prevent firebomb attacks, buildings were being torn down and spaced out. So we could do something that was totally useless.
wanted was to go home. So we were only thinking about getting home.
On the bridge, the children don't know where to go, so they just wait.
I'll never forget what we went through.
Kuwabara is one of just a handful to make it this far unharmed.